Hey guys, it's Janet, also known as Nerdy Autism Mom, and I am back after a 2-day hiatus from not being able to effing talk. Oh my goodness. Oh, it was awful. So, Sunday I actually made it through my whole 9 to 5. I don't know how I did that. But yesterday I did not make it through my 7 to 12. Around 10:30 or so, I started getting really nasty dizzy spells and I had to go home. And I went home, I went straight to bed. Leander was kept home from school, but Ryu was able to go back. My voice is still a little tiny bit hoarse, but I can actually sing and hum along to music now, so that's a good thing. I didn't go to school yesterday because of my dizzy spells and being in bed. But I did go today. That's where I'm coming from right now. And I actually did really well. I did the cumulative review for the reading, and I did very well. I actually did, I got 21 out of 27 correct. So that is really, really good. And I said to my teacher, I think what might have helped me, I mean, other than studying, of course, is I actually reviewed one of the stories that I'm writing. Last night I was going through my vampire story, and I actually made a couple changes and whatnot, but yeah, I went over that and, you know, did it make sense? Was I properly portraying what it was I was trying to say? Things like that. So I think that, you know, that is probably just another aspect of my studies, honestly, is just going over stuff like that, working my brains. So anyway, just heading home, see how my babies are doing. You're rocking your brother in the rocking chair? That's so nice of you. Helping him feel better. Alright, so we're heading to the Walmart again. Are we going to Walmart? Walmart. But I'm just waiting for the car to heat up. So, before we go anywhere, you know what time it is? Nerd shirt of the day! Yay! Addict! I wouldn't go that far, but it's a great shirt. Love it. Just waiting for the fog to get off my window. It's gotten cold. No wonder we're all getting sick, all that weather change. My goodness, it's been warm and then it's cold and then it's warm again and then it's cold again. Like, look at that. That was bleeding earlier. It just ripped right open. It's terrible. Yeah? What? I love you. Make a boy. We're going to Walmart, aren't we? Yeah. Looks kind of like it's going to start raining again. But then again, it might just be because of the time change. It's always possible. Because now that daylight savings time has ended, everything gets dark by like 5:30. Are you singing? La 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 la. Mommy's happy that she can sing again. Kind of. Good, you strapped yourself in. You did it all by yourself. Safety first. No! What kind do you want?
Yo. yellow chips.
Want the yellow ones? Alright, we'll get the yellow ones. What's that? Aw, it's a Snuggie thing. Is it a Snuggie thing? What is it? Cat. Yeah. Look, what else do we have? Aw, you like it? Aw. Aw, good kisses. Oh, good boy. That is so cute. What about? What's that? Oh, good boy. You're so adorable. Mommy's looking at stuff that she can't afford. Nanaimo bars. Chocolate croissants. Cinnamon croissants. Coffee cakes. Lemon meringue pie. Pie. Look at this. Apple crumble pie. Oh, look, it's only $3 and I don't have $3. Ugh. Asparagus. You already have one. What's that?
Asparagus.
Asparagus. Good boy. Asparagus is delicious. Especially fried in butter and garlic. So this guy parked like super close to me, and I was just coming out of the store, and I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to get myself or Leander into the car, but we did it. It's all good. So yesterday, after I got home from having to leave work early, I went right to bed, and I did not go to sleep because I had Netflix at my fingertips, and I decided to start watching Vampire Diaries for the first time ever. I had never seen it before, which is generally what the first time ever means. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I really liked it. Don't like Damon at all. I think he's a douchebag. Plus, what's-his-face Brotherhead is cuter. So, anyway. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more like a Twilight-y kind of feel, and it kind of is, but with a little less suck. I used to like Twilight. I've read all the books. I cosplayed as Alice for Halloween one year. I think I mentioned that before. I really do like Alice's character. I think she's the best. But anyway, I recently finally watched Breaking Dawn Part 2, and I had a serious WTF moment after watching it, and I was like, why did I like this? I don't know. But anyway, I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy with hate for Twilight, because I can't. I mean, I've read all the books. I really enjoyed reading the books at the time, and I enjoyed watching the movies at the time, but I don't know if it's just, I don't know, maybe just a little too adolescent. Maybe when you kind of look at the overall situation, maybe you're just like, this is stupid. So, I don't know. But anyway,
I found that Vampire Diaries did kind of have that a little bit of a Twilight feel of a premise, but I enjoyed it. I did. I've only watched, I think, 3 episodes. I've also been watching Big Mouth on Netflix. Have you guys been watching that? That is brutal. And I'm watching it and I'm like, you know what? Puberty is kind of like that, isn't it? It is brutal. And you know what? Probably even more so in today's society, to be honest.
No.
Or maybe less so. I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, being gay was like the ultimate crime. It was just awful. But nowadays, at least people seem to be a little bit more understanding. I mean, I know there's a bunch of issues regarding all kinds of things still, but to be completely honest, you know what? I really don't know. I don't know what's worse. I don't know if it was growing up as a kid in my day or now. But I suppose maybe sexuality-wise, I don't know. I think maybe that things are so open and that kids even more so today rather than back when I was a kid are exposed a lot more to sexuality, and it's almost as though they're kind of forced to grow up a lot quicker than they should be. But then again, at the same time, adults don't want to grow up when they should, but that's a different topic. But anyway, yeah, Big Mouth. I'm actually really enjoying that. I was talking to Zach about it, and poor guy doesn't have Netflix. Anyway, and he said that it sounded a lot to him like South Park because I mentioned a scene where there was ghost Freddie Mercury. Anyway, and he said it sounded a lot like South Park, and I'm like, no. Because see, for me personally, I can't stand South Park. I don't know what it is, but I just find that I just don't like South Park. But this Big Mouth, I don't know, I find it hilarious. There were so many actual laugh out loud moments that, you know, I don't know. It was great though. So for the adults, because it's definitely not a children's cartoon, but for the adults, those who like vulgar coming of age vulgarness, probably for you. I like good shots of vulgarness, so it's for me. Vampire Diaries, I'm sure I'm probably one of the very last people on the planet to actually watch that show, so I'm not even gonna bother talking about any kind of recommendations or anything, because I'm sure everybody and their dog who likes vampire things and teenage angst have probably watched it. I think the biggest saving grace with me with the Vampire Diaries show is the fact that I was brought up with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I'm not just talking the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series. I was a kid renting the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie from 1992 on VHS. I was renting that in 1992, starring Christy Swanson and Luke Perry. Hilary Swank was playing a high school girl, and I freaking loved it. I think, honestly, for me, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie was just as re-rentable as The Little Mermaid, which I swear I probably watched The Little Mermaid at least 20 times when I was a kid. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer was probably another one. And which, at my age, I probably shouldn't have been watching it. I'm pretty sure it was rated I don't remember. I feel like it at least should have been rated a PG-13. It might have been PG, but I'm pretty sure it was probably a PG-13. Oh yeah, David Arquette was in it. I thought he was super cute too at the time. Like, oh my goodness. I found him to be way hotter than Luke Perry. But anyway, I'm sure I probably have people who watch this that know, and then I probably have other people who are too young to remember those days because you were either babies or not born. But anyway, that was, yeah, that I grew up with that literally since I was a kid in 1992. So Vampire Diaries isn't really much different for me. I figured I would try watching it because it's on Netflix that I have an account for, and it's about vampires, and I like me some vampires, so I enjoyed it. For the amount of episodes that I've watched so far anyway. It was kind of nice to be able to binge watch those 3 episodes just laying in bed. Nobody bugging me. Sick to the bone. It was kind of nice. I would say that it makes me want to be sick a little bit more often, but no! Definitely not. I felt like I was dying. I mean, literally, when I get to the point of an illness when I can't sing along or at least even hum along to some of my favorite music, no, that's like death. That is like death. So.
Oh my goodness! We're rainbow poop! Are we rainbow poop? Rainbow poop? Rainbow poop! Okay, we're signing off for the night. Have a good one. Bye!
Is it sleep time? Good.